everybody, welcome to Gameplay Interviews. My name is Ben Worley, and I can't get my friends to hang out with me unless we're playing video games. And today, I've got my good friend, Dave Altizer.
What's up?
Hey Dave, how are you?
I'm good. I'm ready to play this game.
What are we playing? Oh, you don't know what we're playing. This is Forza Horizons, the Fast and Furious edition. Fast and Furious.
You know, you're smart to do this because maybe Xbox and Sony will reach out to you and sponsor your show one day.
Shh. We don't want to say that. So Dave, let's get you started. I guess select the car.
Okay.
Hit A.
Cool. Oh gosh, the handling on this.
It's nuts. It's real nutty.
Wow.
It's going to take a second for you to get used to it. And then basically when you're driving around, you can just kind of pick if you want to play a race or not.
Oh.
It's up to your...
It's like
free roam.
Free roam racing game.
Yeah, and then now, if I remember correctly, press Y, and you rewind.
Oh, that's cool.
Press it again, and you cannot hit that car. All right, ready to begin questions?
Let's do it. Let's roll into it.
God. Where are you from?
I am born in Los Angeles, California, San Fernando to be exact. I was 2 years old when we moved to Nashville. My mom was born and raised California girl. My dad moved from Texas to LA to become a rock star. He met my mother at a church on his second week of living in LA, and the rest is history. They got married. My dad was staff writer for Warner Brothers in the 80s, and then they had me, and the Rodney King riots were happening in the 90s. In the apartment that we were living in. It was really dangerous. So my dad, who's a musician, was like, you know what? Let's move to Nashville. Christian music industry. There's no riots.
I feel like that's why most people move to Nashville, is because there's no riots. That's a plus, huh, babe?
Yeah.
What do you do? You're a filmmaker.
I'm a filmmaker, video production specialist at Dave Ramsey. That's literally my KRA.
Right.
Because I've learned in corporate America, the word director has a different meaning.
Different meaning.
And a different salary. So I make videos at Ramsey, Dave Ramsey. He's a financial advisor. I do YouTube videos and YouTube content for one of the people there right now, and I have my own YouTube channel.
Yes, you do.
I'm making a new one that I'm not going to reveal.
Right. No, well, you can wait for that. You've told me, but I'm not going to tell people.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
It's funny that you say that's what you do right now, because you've done about 40 different careers before hitting... How old are you?
I'm 26.
Yeah, so you were a model for a while. You were a magician for quite a time, and still are, I guess, right?
Once a magician, always a magician.
Right.
It's like riding a bike.
Like if somebody...
You're always a bicyclist.
First of all, listeners, you should go look up Dave online. His YouTube channel is great, but all this magic stuff is just like insane, because you did like street magic for...
Yeah.
And then...
I took all that off YouTube. It's not there anymore.
Oh... Lame.
I'll put it back after this.
What did you...
So that two people can go see it.
Exactly. So my mom can go check it out. What, but you had...
that's sad too.
Yeah.
Like, so Mom and Caroline can listen to it.
Exactly. She's in the room. Caroline's in the room. So you, if somebody asked you, like, hey, we'll pay you money to do a magic show, would you do it? Or is that like, are you just kind of...
No, I would. It's funny because I've done probably 1 or 2 magic shows a year for free for friends. One in particular that was really kind of special. There was this connection I had with a friend who worked at a recovery center for like teenagers who are dealing with drug addiction and they're in rehab. And they invited me to come, and I did a show, and I kind of like gave a message and talked about my story and shared about my struggles, and it was like really impactful because once I went in there, it was a little awkward at first doing the magic, but as soon as they enjoyed the show and like were like, oh, this guy's actually good. Then they were giving me their attention, so I was able to really communicate the gospel to them, and it really went well.
What's your favorite movie?
Star Wars.
Star Wars?
Duh, yeah. I mean...
A specific one?
I remember... Well, yeah. I mean, the Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
Lawrence Kasdan is great. Yeah, I mean, I remember growing up as a kid, people would say, what's your favorite movie? And I would say, well, I mean, Star Wars, but that's just a given.
Right.
Lord of the Rings.
But then you had to
those.
Then you had to decide why at some point. I did the same thing.
Yeah, because as I became a filmmaker in particular, and I started saying I love Star Wars, people would be like, why? It's not a good movie. Like, technically. I mean, if you look at Oscar-winning films and you compare it to Star Wars.
Or like they can argue why, or they're like, oh, well, of course you're a filmmaker, but you're like, well, no, I can tell you why.
Yeah.
For specific reasons. That's how I was at Jurassic Park. When people would ask me, I'd always say Jurassic Park, and then I'd be like, and then one day it was like, wait, but why is that my favorite movie? And I had to like really figure it out.
I mean, is it really like? I have a friend who's like, he's always into conspiracy theories, and he's always like an ass about stuff like that. And he's like, I don't like Star Wars, and it's like, and he's a filmmaker, and I'm like, why?
Oh right.
Why?
Is it kind of just to be an ass
a
about
little bit?
Yeah,
a little bit, but also. He's like, I didn't watch them as a kid. My parents never showed them to me.
Well, that's why.
I never grew up with it. And he's like, and so I watched them with my kids as a 32-year-old man for the first time, and it wasn't good. And I was like, well, which ones did you watch? He's like, well, I watched the Phantom Menace, and I was like, well, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm tired of the hate on George Lucas, though. Poor guy.
Oh, true. He still made a universe we all care about.
Yeah, and there's too much bashing.
I like Phantom Menace, and I really do. I think it's a fun movie.
You would know.
Well, the movie, all the music in every one of them is good. I grew up with a guy named Jackson Turner who Jackson, if you ever listen to this somehow, you should definitely email me because I would love to catch up. But I had a friend in high school who. Not Clash of the Sabers, the Darth Maul track. When they start fighting Darth Maul, it's that classic. That thing.
That's great.
He would
I love that.
He was obsessed with that. He would listen to that every day after school in his car. Yeah. So I mean, musically, all of them are great. Well, God, I love talking about Star Wars, but which Pokemon is your favorite?
Dude, this whole episode could be me talking about Star Wars.
Oh, I know.
I'm gonna have to go with the originals.
In the original 150.
Yeah, but it's actually a weird original because I don't know if he is classified as an original or if he was an additional original. I don't know. I think he was. Mewtwo.
Mewtwo's 151.
Yeah, that's why I liked him.
Right.
He was like an addition. He was designed by humans. Because Mew is so powerful, and I remember playing the Game Boy game, and like he was the most powerful Pokemon ever because he was like modified.
Yeah. What deodorant do you use?
I use currently, I'm using the traditional Old Spice.
I can't do that stuff. It makes me sweat like crazy.
I lift my arms and I smell my grandfather.
That's the dream.
Yeah, I love it. It's like it's kind of like a they say the sense of smell is like why are they cheering me? I've completely destroyed my car. The people in this game are like jumping up and down.
Yeah. Well, are you in a race right now?
I don't know.
You should probably find a race. We'll do that on the next round.
But anyways, that's what I use. Classic Old Spice. I was just tired of the ones, it's like swagger, pick up chicks, it's like, I'm
sick of Axe and all that stuff that,
yeah.
Why, when did, it's because of Axe,
brand needs to be redone.
Since when is deodorant the thing that makes women want you? Like,
it's always
if anything,
cologne.
it's like clothes or, hair. That's like where, but why would, what weird sicko came up with the fact, Caroline, it works? Smell.
Yeah, there's something that happens to women's bodies.
Yeah,
disgusting, babe.
Pheromone or something.
Pheromones. Them pheromones. No, pheromones.
Pheromones.
They got them pheromones. I really wanted to talk about the Nickelodeon thing because not a lot of people have done this, and it's one of your best stories. What was it called? The Nickelodeon, like...
It's called the Nicktoons Network Spotlight Kids Award, something like that.
What? Spotlight Kids Award for kids.
It was a contest.
It's where you get to shop in Target for like...
Wait, what?
Didn't you do the shopping thing?
No.
Wait.
You must be mixing up stories,
You
bro.
didn't? I thought you did.
No, I won a Nickelodeon contest
for your cartoon.
For my cartoon.
Yes.
And I got an award, and they flew me to LA, and I got a tour of the Burbank studio. And
I thought you got to do the shopping thing, where
shopping
you get to shop.
Spree?
Yeah, the shopping spree.
I wish. Good lord. That'd be
oh
awesome.
man. Well, that's.
I mean, at work, Dave Ramsey always does a shopping spree for Christmas.
Oh, that's cool. So, but you did a cartoon for school, right?
No, I was gaming the system. Basically, I got a Nickelodeon. I got the Nickelodeon magazine because I watched Nickelodeon and they advertised the crap out of it on their own channel. And they got me, and I got my parents to pay whatever $10 a month so that I could get this Nickelodeon magazine. And I was a junior in high school, still reading this magazine.
Right.
And there was a contest, and it was like, draw a picture and tell us a story about a cartoon that you have, and you'll be entered to win a trip to California and get a tour of the studio, blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm not only gonna just make a drawing and submit it, I'm gonna make a full-fledged cartoon and submit it, and I'll beat all the other kids. And sure enough, I was like at the oldest age bracket that you could be.
How did you submit it?
So I mailed it.
Oh, you mailed it. I was like, what file format was that?
This is back in the early O's.
Yeah.
2006, and I mailed it to the address that. Oh crap! I got out of the game.
Just press B.
Yep.
You're doing terrible, by the way. You're in 12th position.
I can't do two things at once at all. But anyways, I mailed in the animation with a DVD, and I said, I know that it. I was like, I think I put like an apology letter in it, and I made like a treatment basically about it, about the cartoon. And I said, I'm sorry that, I'm asking you to put this in your computer and watch it, but please watch it.
Right.
I was like, I know
you totally cheated, but you won.
Yeah.
So that's what.
So I won. So basically, they flew me and my family out to California, and I won a little award for this animation contest, but it really wasn't an animation contest because I was the only person that actually animated. But they were impressed that a 16-year-old made a cartoon, I guess. So,
I sure was.
But man, it was so cool. I got to see where they do all the paintings for SpongeBob. Like, they actually would hand paint all the backgrounds for SpongeBob, and SpongeBob has always been a hand-drawn animation. It's not computer-based, like Dora and some of the other ones that were all like Flash-based and stuff. But so yeah, I got to go there, got to meet all those people, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was on Nicktoons Network, and there was like a local station that had me on here in Nashville. But yeah, that's it. That's the story. It was fun.
How did you go from all that to getting into magic? I don't understand the.
I was doing magic at that time too. So when I was 14 years old, a magic shop opened up by my house, and like most,
and it was mysteriously gone the next day.
It's gone now. It was gone after 2 years because they didn't make any money. But yeah.
Anyway, sorry. I love you going and the music, and then the next day it's just gone.
Yeah,
you're like,
it was a pop-up shop.
What is happening?
Yeah. So anyways, when I was 14 years old, a magic shop just magically appeared in my neighborhood. And like most kids, I had a magic kit when I was a kid. I loved it. I read magic books when I was a kid, went to the library and got all sorts of things, learned tricks with ropes and, little pieces of wood and things like that. So, so I was always fascinated by it. And I remember very vividly when I was like 10 years old, I was playing outside with our neighbor, playing basketball, and I knew that there was this magic special that was going to be on like CBS or something. and my mom like yelled out the window at like 6 p.m. David, the magic show's on, and I was like in the middle of a basketball game with this guy who was more sporty, and I was like, I literally just threw the ball and ran towards my house and was like, magic show. So I've always had a huge fascination for it. So when the magic shop opened, I was like thrilled. I got a trick there. I had like a little coupon that I used and got a really kind of basic trick, but it was still more advanced than anything I ever got before. And I kind of just got hooked right away. And what was really cool was there was a community of magicians who would go to this shop because there was like a little like back room where there was a small little stage, and they would do like parties and stuff in there. But these magicians, professional magicians, would do a weekly meeting, and it was like a club that they were a part of. And so they invited me, and I was like one of the youngest people in there. I was usually in there with 30, 40-year-old magicians who'd been doing it for 20, 30 years. And they really, really mentored me. Magic kind of has a history of being an art form that is passed down from generation to generation, because it is kind of like this secret society of magicians in a way. Like, it really is. Right. And it's like the name of the club that I was in is literally called the IBM, which stands for the International Brotherhood of Magicians. Like, that's literally what it's called. Wow. And the SAM, the Society of American Magicians, I was in that. Same. Yeah. And that really helped a lot. And so when I was 14 years old, I was doing magic for about 4 or 5 months, going to these groups, and we went to Cece's Pizza. And my dad is he just talks to everybody. And he was talking to the manager at Cece's Pizza. I was like, yeah, my son, he just started doing magic. Like, why is he saying this to some stranger?
You can just quit race if you want.
Okay. And he was like, oh, let me see. And so I did a trick for him. And then he was like, hey, we need some entertainment here. Would you be willing to come in every weekend, and I'll pay you what do you pay me, like $50 or something? Right. And then you get free pizza. And I was like, sure. And so nice. I started every weekend, 14 years old, going to Cece's Pizza. I ended up pulling in about $200 to $300 a night just off of tips, doing magic for only 2 hours a night.
So we're on the corner. So
I've always been spoiled because I always thought that money was that easy to make.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was 14 years old, and I would work for 2 hours doing magic. Right. And I'd make $300.
But Mellow Mushroom in Franklin has a magician too. Is that like a thing that pizza places do now?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
it's a convenient type of environment, I guess. But
people hanging out eating pizza.
Obviously, I remember the first time. I again, it's such a vivid memory of that day. I walked in for the first time to Cece's Pizza, and I was like, "Holy crap! I have to walk up to complete strangers and ask them, would you like to see a magic trick?"
And not sound creepy.
Yeah.
Would you like to see a magic trick?
And I always thought I was a shy, quiet person, but I realized that my family is so loud that I'm the quietest one of my family, but I'm not quiet at all.
Oh, I'm not. I can't.
But my family always thought I was quiet.
Right. What is happening to your car? Okay.
I don't know. Good. I'm just flipping all over the place. I'm trying to talk. I'm not driving. That's why texting and driving is so dangerous.
And podcasting and driving.
Did you, by the way, when you played video games and when you became like, did you ever play racing games when you were a kid and you thought to yourself like, dang, driving's really hard?
I thought, yeah. Well,
I remember thinking like, man, driving a video game is so complicated.
And when you were playing certain games, they had the option of switching to stick shift. Mm-hmm. And that was even harder. Like, manual was like, God, you have to like keep pressing a button to change gears.
Well, it's always so hard to like stay in the lanes in a video game.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever.
This is funny. You just passed. Did you see? You just passed a car with Cam Dog on the top, which is Cameron Childs' gamer tag.
No way.
That's not him. It's they put drones in the game, but they for some reason put your friends, whoever your friends are, your names over it, which means that Cameron has played this game and his drone is just driving around.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know.
So they do computer players, but they use your friends' tags.
Yes, it makes no sense.
Well,
it absolutely.
Are you sure it doesn't make sense? Like, are they using their stats
or
based on?
I think so. Like, I think they're using what like Cameron's driving.
Yeah.
Or they're Cameron. I hope you're listening, because you're a great driver. But no, I mean it. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I would assume
I'm tainting your record. So like Cam is gonna play this
and be like, "What is Ben doing? Yeah. Ben is terrible at this game."
Would you rather? Let's do it.
Would you rather? This is some. I'm selecting some from BuzzFeed. Some supplying our questions. They didn't give me questions. I'm just using their website.
This podcast.
I'm not sponsored by BuzzFeed whatsoever, unless you guys want to. Would you rather smell like poop and know it, and not know it? Sorry, smell like poop and not know it, or constantly be smelling poop that no one else can smell.
Oh. Probably option A, because I could still be a YouTube star.
Oh, but you'd smell. Oh, right. You just can't hang out with people.
Yeah, but that's okay, because people...
You know what, though? I knew a kid in middle school that smelled like poop all the time, and I always thought he knew it and just was okay with it. You know?
Is this a situation where I'm not married yet, or can I already be married? Well, it's like, I would imagine that...
Why would you want her to be... Go over and press join.
I would imagine...
Why would you want her to have to suffer through this?
Well, I'm imagining that, like... Well, I'm married...
Oh, you mean you were you born that way, or are you just now?
Yeah, exactly.
Just now, I think. I think now.
Okay, well then yeah, smell like poop.
Well, that's like saying...
What's she gonna do? Divorce me because I smell like poop?
That's like... Well, that's also... Oh my God, you're terrible. Would you rather... have taste buds on your butthole?
Oh my gosh.
Or poop through your mouth?
Oh.
Those are virtually the same thing.
Oh, Han Solo just killed me.
Oh, man. And again, the question is, are you born this way? Or is this just now? Do you still have the memory of when you couldn't taste your poop? Or is it...
All of these things really make my life sound much better than it is.
Doesn't it?
It makes me really thankful. I guess poop out of my mouth.
Oh, no.
Because then...
oh, God.
I guess it's sterile, so...
Well, either way, yeah, I think, I don't know.
Although my breath would stink as a byproduct.
That's true. Oh, you're right. You'd always smell like poop. So
they're both the same.
Yeah, they're both the same. What's your favorite food?
Pizza. Good pizza. I mean, like, not just like Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Not just Papa John's. I'm talking like 5 Points, like Bella Napole. Those are local places.
Is that the place you took us to?
Yeah. Like, I love some traditional
Italiano?
Wood fire pizza. Yeah, that's probably my favorite. And
can you do an Italian accent?
Better ingredients, better pasta. I mean pizza.
Better pasta. I like a guy ripping off Papa John. It's like Papa.
It's me.
Papa Joe's or something. Papa
Mario.
Papa Juan's, and it's
Papa Juan.
Papa Juan's, and it's pasta. Better ingredients, better pasta.
Papa Juan's.
Papa Juan's. What are your 3 pet peeves?
You know what's funny? I had so many pet peeves just like 5 years ago, and now I'm doing all those things. It's like,
right.
I'm always gonna live in the city. Like, it's like that commercial, that minivan commercial.
Oh yeah, we're never gonna do that.
It's like, we're never gonna do that. We're never gonna do that. And I really was that guy. So my dad's self-employed, and then, like you heard, I started doing magic when I was 14.
Right.
I dropped out of college, and
I didn't go to college.
I didn't. Yeah, you're cooler than I am. I didn't realize that I didn't have to go, honestly, because everybody in my life told me I had to.
Yep.
And a college professor told me, because I was like, I just want to perform and do magic.
Right.
And he was like, you can leave.
That sounds so angsty. I just want to perform and do magic. I just want to do hood rat stuff with my friends.
Yeah, but he was like a professor. He was an English professor, and he was like, "You can, Dave. You're an adult. You can leave right now."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Okay, I will," and I did, and I did magic full time, and then I started doing video full time, and was freelance for 6 years. Oh, am I playing live with people?
Yeah, you're playing with people.
That's why I'm losing so bad. It's not.
Oh
just a
yeah,
bunch of
everybody's way better
robots.
than you at 5:30 on a Thursday.
Gameplay.
Papa Juan's. I'm sorry, I just can't stop laughing at Papa Juan's. Papa Juan's.
Better
better a pasta. Let's see. I guess wrapping up. Brag about yourself.
Brag about myself.
Brag about yourself for right now. For I don't know how long. However long you want.
I am the most talented human being you've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Not at this game.
Brag about myself. Right now, I'm currently just really focused on learning how to grow a business, how to have my own company. I've always been freelance. When I was doing magic, I was more of an entrepreneur because I was marketing myself. But freelance, I didn't really market myself. I just kind of waited for people to call me. Now I'm starting to think of like products and figure out how to make something that I could actually sell. They could turn into income. And so I'm listening to a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, a lot. You should look him up. He's one of the top marketing consultants in the world right now. He has a podcast, a daily vlog, and it's just an amazing time for creators right now. And everybody's talking about this because it's true. There's no more barriers anymore. You don't need a production studio or even an agent like you used to because of, like, I mean, in some circumstances it's different because they can open doors that you can never open. But like the internet is the middleman between the creator and the market, and that's it. And so all you have to do is fill that gap and just put stuff out, and the market will decide if it's good or not. If I put out a video every single day for the next 2 years, like, if I'm good, then it'll turn into something. But if I suck, the market will decide if I suck or not. But what's keeping me from doing that each day? I should be able to. It's my wife. Actually, it's not. It's somebody else. It's a. That sounded bad. But it's just like, I think that's a telemarketer.
I hate that.
Have you heard there's a company online where you can like pay a subscription fee? I think it's like $3 a month.
Call.
And yeah, and they block all your phone calls that come in from telemarketers. I don't think I need it that bad, but yeah, that's where I am right now, is like trying to figure out, and I have an idea of what I want to do. YouTube is kind of the platform that I want to start getting really active on. I've already done like 14 videos in the last month on it. I was doing daily vlogs for a while.
You should probably return to combat. There's a jetpack on your left trigger. Now you're just further outside. You got lost far, far away.
But yeah, that's like, and like the daily, I don't know if you guys keep up with YouTube and stuff like that, but there's a lot of vloggers out there.
Yeah.
And they're all great, they're all good, but I feel like...
But I'm better.
I feel like there's... No, like Casey Neistat is one of the top ones. And he is so great because his personality and his style is being copied so much right now. And he didn't do anything. That was just his style. If you look at his work over the last decade as a filmmaker, all of his movies look and are exactly like his daily vlogs. And now everybody's just copying him, but all they're doing is just copying Casey Neistat.
Right.
And so I think there's something in the daily and the like 24-hour turnaround thing. I've shot a lot of weddings. I've shot over 300 weddings in the last 6 years. And some of the weddings that I've shot, we would do a same-day edit, which essentially is where we edit like a 2-minute highlight of the wedding and then show it at the reception. And the response that you get from that immediacy is phenomenal. I mean, people are like, wait a minute, that was today. I can't believe that. What the heck? You know,
right.
There's a power and there's an adrenaline from that. And in that rush of that quick turnaround is addictive, and I love it. And So if I were able to like do a daily video, shoot it, edit, deliver, all in the same day, but it's something completely creative, something completely unique that's never been done before, that's what I want to do.
Totally.
Now let's try to figure out what it is. But I actually have an idea of what it is. I'm not going to reveal it here, but Ben knows, and we're really excited about it.
So that's what's upcoming. Check out your YouTube. What is your Twitter and Instagram? Or you don't have Instagram?
I don't have Instagram. I'm only on Twitter, Snapchat, and YouTube. So it's just my name, Dave Altizer, Altizer. And I love Snapchat because it's kind of like mini storytelling each day. You can, like, I've done little short films on Snapchat, and like all 4 of my followers see it, and it's fun.
Yeah,
but,
totally.
I kind of like that platform a lot. It's fun, but although now Instagram basically is doing what they did, but yeah, I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, and Vimeo also. So
yeah, Dave, thanks for being on the podcast.
I'm probably the worst video gamer that's been on here.
I don't know if that's true. Maybe.
If I was playing Super Mario on my phone, that would be different. But
well, we'll have to have you back so you can.
When is somebody gonna interview you? You should do a role reversal.
Caroline should interview me. We could do that later. We were planning on doing one tonight anyway. If you know what I mean. All right.